Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's 1 million by 1 million strategy roundtable for entrepreneurs. This is a public roundtable, and as you know, we've been doing 1 million by 1 million for a long time now. Our goal is to help 1 million entrepreneurs reach $1 million and beyond in annual revenue. This is the 604th free roundtable. We've been doing this since 2008. The event is being recorded, so you don't really need to take notes. Everything will be available in the recording. All recordings of this and other sessions are housed at 1M1M Roundtables, our YouTube channel. You can use hashtag 1M1M for Twitter. And these are the call-in instructions if you decide to use the phone to call in later in the program. First, we have scheduled programming. We have a number of entrepreneur pitches and discussions. Please know that this is a safe working session. You don't need to be nervous. You don't need to be defensive. You know, we are on your side, and our only agenda is to work with you and make sure that you get some good feedback to do something actionable with. Not all businesses can raise money. Not all businesses should raise money. Raising money does not guarantee success. This is something you need to understand. If you disagree with my feedback, it's really your venture, up to you what you want to do with the feedback. Listen, decide what you want to do, and that's it. We're going to start with Barnali Khattak as the first presenter from...
Yes. Thank you, ma'am. Very good morning.
Good morning.
And before starting, I would like to say something to you because it was really exciting to me to get your mail. I mean, when because being a Bengalian, being in the West Bengal, the business ecosystem is going to be very, very terrific in this situation and in this era. So the thing is that being a Bengali, you are with the entrepreneurs. We are with the budding entrepreneurs. That's a great platform for all of us. Thank you, ma'am, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I got my...
Yes, let me introduce myself first. I'm Dr. Barnali Khattak. I'm the founder and director of SBH Electrocloud Private Limited in Kolkata. So basically, we are come up with the. Can I have the access to slide it?
No, just tell us when you want your slides advanced. We'll advance your slides. You want your just
okay. Please next. Yeah, let me give you a quick glimpse of our company. We have incorporated in 2021 in Kolkata, and our main expertise comes from, we are the alumni of IIT Bombay, and a few of our members are from Jadavpur University, Kolkata, from Department of Instrumentation and Electronics Engineering. Our main expertise is on artificial intelligence, IoT-based system, food testing devices, and mainly the customized sensor design. We have incorporated, incubated in Sign IIT Bombay. Next.
Is the
main object
there a time?
Yes. Yeah, next. Before that, I would like to show you the video that the link has been shared in the chat box. Should I share from here or?
Time to look at videos. Just kind of explain what you are doing, and let's get to business strategy quickly. This session is about business strategy, not product demos.
All right. So main thing is that the adulteration is going to be very viral nowadays. So 22% of the food adulterated every year. So for that, 50%, 57% of the people suffer acute health hazards, and 11% people die, which affects the 1% of the global food industry, costing $10 to $15 billion per year. So we have come up with a solution that is next. We have come up with a solution of milk testing device. Not only the milk testing device, this is the integrated form of the food testing device, so that you just need to change the sensing slots to estimate the quality of your product that you want to test the quality. So initially we have targeted the milk, because milk, as we all know, the milk is a perishable and an indispensable part of the food culture. And we have targeted one of the important and the very harmful chemical, that is melamine, that is non-edible and contains 2/3 of the nitrogen by weight. It is industrial chemical, and the melamine is used to make plastics, fertilizers, and concrete. And which actually happens, it mixes with the uric acid to form the crystals that may affect the kidney and the urinary tract. And unfortunately, the melamine contamination has resulted in sickness and deaths of human infants, lakhs of people, as per BBC News. So here in the right-hand side, we can see that the production and consumption, the figure, there is a huge gap between the figure production and the consumption of the global cow milk. So what is the actual reason? Main problem statement comes from this deviation. So mainly it can be found that the manipulated or the misused adulterants with the business of the milk adulteration can be the main cause of this demarcation. So we have mainly targeted the non-fat milk and the melamine as per the industry partner. Next. This is our MVP. We have already developed the MVP at our laboratory. On the right-hand side, you can see that is the electrochemical sensor. The main beauty of the electrochemical sensors is we have customized the sensor just to detect the selective qualitative parameter from the milk or from the any type of food under study. Like if we want to detect the melamine from the milk, we have customized the sensor only for melamine because it will nullify the other interfering effects of other chemicals. So it is very accurate, very selective, and sensitive as well. It will come up with the sensing systems, and the sensor is reusable. Next. The main functional blocks are sensor response, data acquisition, data analysis. We have featured the AI-based prediction algorithm, and after all decision making and the final result, we will get the concentration and the safety indicator, the outcome. For the consumer, it will be easy to read because the safety indicator will only able to let you understand whether the food is safe to eat or not. Next. Yes, this is the features or the benefits of the device that we have designed. This is highly sensitive, highly precise, portable, easy to use, the low response time, sensor modularity is there because we have come up to make it use and throw basis. And we can remotely access it. Next. The main competition analysis comes into play where we can compare the foodie tester with the other gold standard that is available right here. That is the chromatography study, the near-infrared spectroscopy, and the rapid testing kit. The main difference between these three with our device is it is very selective because in that cases these are not selective. This is indicator type of device, so it can hamper based on the processing of the sample, based on the processing of the sample and the type of the sample. But our foodie tester is specifically selective and portable as well. Mainly the device cost. All the chromatographic study and the gold standard methods are lab based. So it costs around 80 to 1 crore. And for the NR spectroscopy, it's around 40 lakhs, and for rapid testing kits, it's around 20K. Next.
Whom are you selling to? Are you doing a B2B product or a B2C product?
Yes, yes. Yes, ma'am. The slide is there in the processing slide. Please next. Yeah, this is our targeted segment that is for B2B. Mainly, we have collaborated with Food Safety Standard Authority of India, national food laboratories under all the Food Safety Standard Authority of India. Other organic laboratories, we have talked to the ITC hotels and Novotels, and based on the statistics, we have targeted all the star hotels and restaurants and the corporate cafeteria. If we take out 10% of the total population of the India, so the health conscious people are there. So we have addressed the household 10 crore. That is the 10% of the total population of India. Next. This is the business strategy. We have segmented out the business strategy like this way. It can be with the channel of stakeholders, the service we will provide in terms of the device, in terms of the sensor as well. The channel can be B2B. Initially, we have targeted the B2B market and we have already get our first customer. It can also be distributors and online platform is there. The buyer can be laboratories, hotel and restaurants, technical institutes, corporate cafeteria, and household as well. Next. This is the current status of our progress. That is, proof of concept is ready, bench testing has been done, prototyping has been done, patent has been filled, validation by National Food Laboratories has been done, and we have raised 54 lakhs from BIRAC, Department of Biotechnology. This is the work that is in progress, and our future plan is to launch in the end of 2023. And the more feature inclusion part is there left. And next. As I have said that the sensor is specifically designed for all an array of food commodities that are mentioned here for fish, milk, mango, tomato, edible oils, black tea, turmeric as well. Because it's kind of a one-time investment. If you buy our product, only you need to change the sensor to qualitatively estimate the product, all this product. Next. For the Milky Tester, this is the fund received till date. We got the Nidhi ER Fellowship, we got the Big BIRAC, and from ISTEM India, ISC Bangalore, we have got the Catalytic Grant as well. Next. 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 Yes, this is the total fund requirement, and this is the customer segment. We are very happy to say that recently we have got our first customer, that is Akash Ganga. Akash Ganga is a Gujarat, is a company situated in Gujarat. They have already installed a 10,000 plus automated milk testing kiosk to already milk testing kiosk with Amul and ITC. So we have recently signed our MOU with the company. Please proceed the slide. Next. Yeah. So Akash Ganga, Amul and ITC, we have tied up with them specifically for the milk e-tester, because their requirement is to get the non-fat milk, detect the non-fat milk, because this is one type of intended adulterant. So this is our first customer. So we have targeted B2B2B. Next. This is our collaborators. Food Safety Standard Authority of India is there, along with the TAI Kolkata, BIRAC, ISTEM is also there. Our academic collaborator is IIT Bombay and Jadavpur University. They are our advisors. Most of the people are from IITs, and Mr. Vimal Patwari is there from TAI Kolkata, and I'm just started my business career with the guidance and the help from Vimal sir. So and this is our strength. We are with the two people are also there. Mr. Sanjay Banerjee is there. He is also the co-founder and the director of SBH Electrocloud Private Limited. Mr. Manatosh Bhattacharya is also there. And
let's
yes,
get into the discussion, but I have to work with other people as well. So let's go back to your business model. Actually, let's go to the target segment. So which of these B2B segments does this Akash Ganga fall under? What is Akash Ganga? I know Amul is a dairy company. What is Akash Ganga?
Akash Ganga is an enterprise. They are dealing with specifically the milk testing devices, and they recently got connected through LinkedIn because Amul and ITC have a problem that they are facing to detect the non-fat milk or the intended adulterant detection.
Just answer one question in a very crisp, short answer. Don't give me a paragraph when I'm looking for just 3 words. To understand your business in an efficient way. So what is the nature of what is the commercial deal that you have crafted with Akash Ganga, Amul and ITC?
Licensing, ma'am.
And how much are they paying you for this licensing?
They have said that if we are able to design the sensor, after that they will do all the commercial and all the necessary parts. Because initially we have got the letter of intent.
So what is your assumption of what is the commercial deal going to look like?
We are very much positive about that. because at our laboratory we are very successful on detecting the non-fat milk and all the other qualitative compounds present in milk. So it will looks good because in terms of the cost and in terms of the usability.
Commercials are mathematics. Commercials are not qualitative. You cannot tell me good, bad, ugly. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for numbers. So
yes, for the next couple of years, we have targeted 20,000, I mean device, 20,000 device. Along with the device, you can multiply 20,000 into 14 sensors. It around 2.8 lakhs.
2.8 lakhs is what Akash Ganga is going to pay you if this deal goes through.
No, ma'am. This is the number of the sensor that we are expecting to sell them.
2.8 lakh is the number of sensors. At what price point?
Yes, this is the 2.8 lakh sensors, and the device is 20,000. 20,000.
So
because
yes. 2.8 lakh sensors.
Because ma'am, for a particular product, if we test the milk, you will need a minimum of one sensor for one go. I mean, for one trial, you need only one sensor because these are use and throw. Okay. So this is why we have to sell them multiple numbers of sensor for a single product. The milk, we have to sell them multiple numbers of sensor. This is why the number of sensor is huge in terms of the device, because the device is one. Along with the sensor, they will get the sensor, just like the glucometer.
What is the commercial? So what does the device cost and what do the sensors cost?
The lab version of the device cost 15K and the lab version of the sensor, a single sensor, cost 150 rupees.
And is that the price at which you're going to sell them?
Nah, no.
What price are you going to sell them?
Based on the competitive study of all the other device that is available in the market, we will increment the price at least 50%.
And what are you basing all this pricing? Do you know how to do pricing? Have you ever done pricing formally? Do you have any training on how to do pricing and all that, or are you just pulling it out of your hat?
Honestly speaking, ma'am,
Don't know.
I'm a beginner.
And that's fine. Look, this is why you're here, so that you can learn. This is something that you can learn.
Yes.
Through the 1M program, you can learn that. I'm just trying to understand, how much money can we make? Let's say we succeed in doing this Akash Ganga deal. You're going to sell them one device and 2.8 lakh sensors. How much money is this deal going to be? So let's say we assume at the price point, at whatever price points, what are we talking about? Well, how much money is this deal going to be and over what period of time? Can you guess?
Hello?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Did you hear my question?
Ma'am, please repeat.
So I'm asking, let's say if this Akash Ganga deal goes through and you prove your concept, you show them that you can do what you're saying that you will be doing, then how much money, roughly, approximately, we will fine-tune pricing. Let's say we will fine-tune pricing. If you decide to work with 1 million by 1 million, we'll fine-tune your pricing. But just based on these numbers you're quoting, 15,150 rupees, what are we talking about? How much money do we expect to make out of this, out of this deal?
I can say you the exact figure right now, as I have said that in terms of the pricing and in terms of the commercial purpose, I have not make any slide. So I can.
So you cannot. This is my point. I'm not going to try to solve your problem right now. I'm just going to tell you where the gap is. You cannot raise money without a clear understanding of what is this business. At the moment, I can't understand. If I put my investor hat on, I can't understand what business are we in. I can understand the technology we are in, but the commercials are so unclear. I cannot gauge what size of business are we talking about, what kind of business are we going to build, in what time frame, what are the deal structures, what are the business models, pricing models. I don't understand any of these. And then there is another factor, because it's a physical product, there is a cost of goods sold. So if we cannot understand these things, what you have presented here is not going to work as an investment pitch.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
So,
Ma'am, can I get help from you?
you can join the 1M1M program, and yes, then you can get help from me.
Okay, okay, okay.
If you hang
Okay.
on, let me finish working with the other 3 people, and then I will go
Okay.
to how explain how to use 1 million by 1 million.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you, thank you.
Welcome. Reagan, you're up next. Could you please unmute your line?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you fine.
All right, great. Thanks so much for having me. Appreciate it. Again, my name is Reagan Bonley, founder and CEO of Nudge. In my 12-year career at JP Morgan, I had countless powerful experiences changing people's lives with their financial planning process, and that propelled me to help more. Through the financial planning process as a VP of investments, I became one of the fastest growing advisors in the country. And then they asked me to take on an executive role managing a $4 billion team with the company. So I went from helping hundreds to thousands, and it still wasn't enough because I recognized this massive opportunity to help a lot of people technologically. Next slide, please. So the problem that I've recognized over my career is this: financial institutions and professionals, they struggle with scaling their planning services. And this presents an opportunity for Nudge to help 167 million Americans. The problem is threefold. It's very expensive to have a thorough financial plan. That's because it costs about $2,000 on average. We have to hire a professional. Typically takes a lot of time and effort. There's also technological gaps. The Financial Planning Association has recognized that technology is missing key components to serve most Americans in the United States. Professionals, they lack resources, time, and knowledge to effectively serve more people. They're limited to only help roughly 100, maybe 200 individuals. Next slide. And when you peel back the layer of the onion, we find this. This is the wealth and financial planning spectrum in the United States. All the way to the right is the highest of wealth, all the way to the left is the lowest of wealth. We find that typically there's a concentration in financial plans at the high end of the wealth spectrum. So wealthy Americans tend to get better guidance. That leaves 81% of the population underserved when it comes to financial wellness. Banks want to capture this middle income America, and we identify that as the biggest opportunity. Next slide. Now, over 2 years of testing and iterating, we found that the solution is this: a robust machine learning planner, cloud-based. 2, we enhance the tools to serve all Americans. And 3, we have a client-centric interface that links it all together. Next slide. And the reason is this, is that financial health should be like a wristwatch, a very seemingly simple device that on the surface is used to do one thing, tell the time. But when you open up that hood, we find over 100 precise components that work together to tell that time. Very much like someone's financial life: income, expenses, assets, liabilities, and so forth. And the reason why no one's been able to do this before is because they haven't been able to get all these components working together in synchrony to make that watch run smoothly. Next slide. So our product is this. Nudge is the first solution to effectively tell the time of someone's financial health. The steps, the client experience is quite simple. They choose their financial goals, they link their accounts. Our AI will crunch the numbers, and 3, they will receive bespoke nudges to keep them on track towards their financial goals. Our product is working. We have over 500 beta users currently, and we have about a 95% completed product, and we're just fine-tuning that. Next slide. We take this experience, we plug it right into the existing ecosystem of advisor tools, financial advisor tools, bank tools, CRM tools. So it's a seamless experience. Next slide. Now, The reason why banks use this is because it's a powerful cross-selling tool. I use this model here based off of JP Morgan's process. Banks tend to spend the majority of their time on the right side of the spectrum here. Their highest wealth prospects is about 30% of their deposit customers. They use inefficient digital marketing strategies. It's lacking cold calling efforts. I witnessed this firsthand as I managed 25 VPs, and they have to rely on that human workforce to convert those prospects to paying customers, and the conversion is incredibly low at 3%. Next slide. Now we're going to add nudge to the top of that engagement process. We use our AI open banking APIs, software integrations to then drive that experience, cross-sell those customers, and then connect them with the human workforce in all their products and increase conversion altogether. Now, customers may use this in different ways. You might have a high wealth prospect that does want to engage with a professional and still pay more fees. So we might then connect that person, relay that benefit, and then connect them to the individual. Or through our automation, we can then provide that financial wellness guidance to any other individual in the wealth spectrum. Next slide. Now, I want to first express the top-down market opportunity, then I'll go bottom up. So at the top biggest circle here, this is the size of the markets with bank data analytics and financial planning software. It's a $20.5 billion market currently. The reason why this is important is because you can see at 18.5% compounded growth, it's moving rapidly. It shows the momentum in this space, and we believe we have a huge opportunity to capture a lot of that. Looking bottom up, so the middle circle here, $1.5 billion total market. This is all banks, credit unions, and neobanks. There's about 10,000 banks in that ecosystem. We believe about $150,000 average contract value. So we can serve all of them. Our initial low-hanging fruit is 188 banks between $1 to $5 billion in assets that offers investments. We believe average contract value in that realm would be about 100,000, puts us at $18.5 million in market there. Next slide.
Now, Regan, is it $100,000 a year or $100,000 permanent, perpetual license?
A year.
We're talking. So okay, so it's an annual recurring revenue business model.
Correct.
And
Correct.
so you're talking 18.8 million ARR is what you're targeting in this first 100 banks, 158 banks?
Precisely.
Okay, got it.
Yep. So, and on that, there's opportunity to capture more. There's opportunities to increase revenues by providing more referrals inside of the system. So we're in conversation with banks to, potentially expand that revenue model. So explaining the related markets, because a financial technology, especially one that has an interface like an app, looks and feels like other things. So if you look at the top left circle here, direct-to-consumer personal finance management tools. We're not competing in this space. This is a Mint.com, Credit Karma, You Need a Budget, all these different things. We're not competing in that. It's a slow-moving market. We are more aligned with the other two circles on the left and the bottom, traditional financial planning software and bank data analytics. Those are the markets that are growing at 18.5% compounded growth. We are in this unique niche that I like to call modern financial planning enhancements. And we believe there's huge opportunity in that space. Next slide. And we're not the only ones that recognize this opportunity. There are other companies that are seeing this problem. As you see from the labels on the bottom, they're all solving the problem in different ways. We are the only autonomous financial planning platform that can connect with the banks, the professionals, and even direct-to-consumer opportunities in the future. But I'll talk about Pocket Nest. They are our closest competitor. They are a white-labeled financial planning app built for banks. They raised about $5 million last year. They offer some of the features that we offer, but we have huge distinctions through our automation, advanced cross-selling capabilities, data-driven nudges, and advanced integrations. Next slide. We have, over the past couple of years, we've come a long way. We have been developing the product again for 2 years now. Left JP Morgan last year, have been aggressively building the product and the team. We now have over 500 beta users. It's a closed group, a strong product, 2 initial paying business customers, and our product is working with less than a 3% margin of error. By the end of the year, I expect to have product market fit, 2 onboarded banks at 200,000 ARR.
And these
Next slide.
500 beta users are what? They're consumers using the product?
Correct. Exactly. It's for
And where are
more or less beta testing.
do you get these consumers from?
Online. We're solving a lot of direct to consumer needs related to financial planning
So you're just
and personal
testing the
finance
product to make it work using these consumers. But your real market is going and selling to banks and white labeling to banks, yeah?
Correct. We have a very robust product, so we haven't been ready for banks until really just over the past 2 months. So now we're ramping up the bank conversations at the moment.
And you have 2 banks that are already paying customers, you said?
2 businesses, they're employers that use us as an employee benefit, a financial wellness benefit.
But what about banks? What is the pipeline vis-a-vis banks?
We have a lot of banks that we're in conversation with, over a dozen, and we have several others that we are moving along the process. It's typically about a 6-month sales cycle. I want to say 6 to 9 months before we get a pilot. So we've started these conversations this year. We are attending conferences, so we have a lot of those conversations in motion. There's various different people that we have to go through the process, eventually talk to the board, contract phase, technology.
Paid pilot or a free pilot?
Paid pilot. Paid pilot, typically 10 to 20,000 cost for the pilot.
Okay. All right. So based on your bank situation, bank pipeline, you have, let's say, 10, 12 deals at 10,000 to 20,000 that you are trying to hit this year. Is that a correct summary?
Yeah, I don't, I think at the end of the day, their technology roadmap would put us, some of them, we would land in 2024, 2025. So we want to have a lot of bank conversations closed too this year. That's the target. So 10, 20,000 for the pilot.
You have to close some pilots this year.
Yeah, that's right. Close pilots, convert those pilots, those effective pilots to paid contracts at $100,000 per contract.
So that's going to happen next year. But this year, you're trying to hit how many of those pilots? But that's kind of what I'm trying to back calculate from. We are in May already, yeah?
Yeah, we believe by the how far along we are in some of the contracts that we can then do pilot Q3 onboard Q4. Obviously, there is the possibility that the contract phase or any one of those phases takes a little bit longer. But we are targeting 2 paid banks, successful pilots. I think on top of that, we might have 2 or 3 more, possibly pilots, that is.
So tell me, what question can I answer for you? What brings you here?
Well, we're always open to feedback. I mean, we have a strong team. We are not going to let anything stop us at this stage. So there is, we're moving fast and aggressive. We would love any feedback or insights that you might have based on our presentation or
so one question that came to my mind early on as I was listening to you is that who is the AI expert on this team? You have not really talked about team. I see a team slide up here, but I take it you are not the AI expert. So somebody has to develop the software or has been developing the software, and you seem to have somebody like that on the team, Hasib.
Mm-hmm.
That's somebody you should introduce early on in your presentation.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Hasib is a machine learning full stack developer. He doesn't train the models because he's managing the whole process. We do have someone dedicated for that. Josh Marpet is our security and compliance advisor with tremendous experience in AI, and he consults for most of the banks in the United States. So we are certainly covered in that regard, but I do recognize that there's an opportunity for us to mention that more earlier on.
Well, anytime anyone, and this is, I'm not just talking to Reagan, I'm talking to all of you who are listening. If you're doing an AI startup, there needs to be AI experts on the team. And any investor looking at a business pitch, if we look at an AI pitch or an AI business pitch without an AI expert being talked about, that is an uncomfortable, on the receiving end, that's an uncomfortable pitch. So I was listening to you, and I understand your business. You do a good job of explaining the business, and you do a good job of explaining your domain knowledge in the business and all that kind of check, good. But then I'm thinking, who's going to develop the AI of this?
Mhm.
So
We have who we believe is one of the best, and he's been working with us for quite a while. So that's great feedback. We'll definitely include that earlier on.
okay, that's my feedback.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Lisa, you're next. Is Lisa here? Yes, no? No, Lisa? Should I skip over? All right.
Hello.
Pankaj, go ahead.
Yeah.
Pankaj is the premium member of the 1Mby1M program. So we are working on his investor pitch, and we just worked on a bunch of stuff yesterday at the private roundtable, and he's just going to do some iteration with me. So Pankaj, so that everybody can follow, definitely set the context of what you're doing, but then you can skip through to the slides that you want to work on.
Great. That was what I was going to ask. So we are Lab Computer. We are a software programming laboratory right on your browser. And so we make classroom learning of software products much more efficient and effective. So I'll skip through these. And I can go through that one, the one previous to this one, just to give an idea. So our value proposition for instructors is that they can have numbers of many servers that they can store and share with students, hundreds of them, at the cost of only one server. And they can also do auto grading and manual grading of submissions that students make for an assignment. And students get to practice complex assignments without setting up much infrastructure, like without setting up a database. They can do a database assignment and they can get continuous feedback and grades. Next slide, please.
And you can do auto grading at scale. Instructors can do auto grading at scale.
Yes.
Yeah. And do your competitors have that? Because I see that there are the MOOCs are using auto gradings from somebody. Is that or programming assignments from somebody? Is that a competitor to yours that has that kind of capability already?
I think Vocarium definitely does, and Codio definitely does to an extent.
Okay.
But it's like an AI problem. So going forward, whoever will do the best work at it.
Okay. So where do we go? Where do you want to? What do you want
Just
to?
the market size. So
Market size
from here. So our go-to-market is direct sales to any product training institute with a large user base. So it could be a product training, it could be a university, or it could be a product training institute. We are not going after MOOCs currently, but MOOCs are also a potential go-to-market. And we go business model is B2B sale of subscriptions to these large enterprises and universities. And we do from $5 to $20 per user per course per month, depending on the type of server that they need for the assignment. And our market opportunity is $3 billion for the whole IT training industry. So if we are currently only on the programming training industry, which is where the market is about 500 million. And if we just take data, AI, machine learning training, which is very suitable for our current product, and we only take larger enterprises who teach these as their work, then our obtainable market is $64 million.
And what assumptions did you make to get to these numbers?
So I got some very good data sets. So if you look at the first source, then it actually has it has done a segmentation of all the relevant people that we can go after, like NIITs and Coursera's and others, and it has counted the total revenue of all of them, and they see the total revenue at 5 billion.
What does that got to do with anything? Have you done the TAM module in the curriculum?
I did a while ago.
Okay, Pankaj, I'm sorry to have to say this to you over and over again. You need to do the TAM module and implement the bottom-up market sizing analysis. This is not how to do it. You keep skipping the most important thing that I keep trying to get through to you, and I'm not getting through to you for some reason. Please do the module and implement that model. This is not how TAM modeling is done. I need to see the TAM modeling.
Okay. So if you look at the data, then maybe they have done I just took the data.
Don't take the data, model it. Please model it.
Sure. I can do it myself. But as long as
but you have some data, you can use some of their data and stick it into your model, but you're going to have to model it yourself based on your business model, your pricing model, and your total available market.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to get. Like, I can do the modeling, but I just want to make sure that I'm in the right direction.
Before you do anything, do the market sizing module in the curriculum.
Okay, sure.
Otherwise, we're going to keep missing this, right? It's like we've already spent 2 weeks on this. Okay,
sure. No. I think this is what you were saying. I just don't have the exact Excel sheet. But if we get to that, then they will get to these.
So now the good news is that you have dug out some good data, which you can then build a model on top of. That's great. That's progress. Since we talked yesterday morning, you have dug out some data based on which you can create a model. Okay, one step closer to where we need to be. There's another step. Still, maybe 2 steps. 1, you have to go through the curriculum module, and 2, you have to actually model it on a spreadsheet and see what your bottom-up TAM comes to.
Sure. Okay.
But it's all doable, all doable. So
yeah,
you're very close. Just maybe another 2 days, and you'll be there.
Actually, yeah, I just had a day, so I wanted to get the data and do other things.
Okay, cool. All right, folks. I will spend a few minutes talking about 1 million by 1 million. Maureen tells me Lisa had a family emergency and she'll come back next time. Folks, one thing I want to ask you before I get into more of the 1M resource discussion, if you like the way we operate here, as you can see, I'm going to give you actionable feedback and I'm going to give you candid feedback. I'm not trying to tell you what you want to hear. I'm trying to tell you what you need to hear so that you can go back and do what is needed to make progress. If you like that approach, then please talk to other people in your network about 1M. We are very happy to work with as many people as possible. So resource-wise, everything is at 1M1M.com. There is a free blog series that you can follow that many entrepreneurs have been following for many years. There's the Entrepreneur Journeys book series that's case study based. There we've published 12 volumes. You can start your learning there. These roundtables happen every week. You can pitch for free only once, but you can come and attend as many times as you want. Hundreds of thousands of people have attended. Our full acceleration program, if you want to talk to me on a regular basis and you want to work with me really, within the program. That is 1M Premium. We offer you extensive methodology guidance. We will, plug all your knowledge gap. You have no idea how many iterations Pankaj and I have done already to get him to this point where he's made a huge improvement. And that's the way we operate. There is curriculum. There is, over 3,000 hours worth of curriculum. I will point you to curriculum modules that you need to study to address certain gaps in your learning. I will provide you with extensive methodology guidance through the curriculum, through the private roundtables, where appropriate and where we have the contacts. We help you with business development if we have contacts in where you're trying to go. And we definitely help you with financing, but you have to get to the point where we can send you to our investor network. And that is a journey in itself. People come to us wanting to be introduced to investors without having all the pieces in place. So we work with you to get those pieces in place. And if and when you get to that point, we introduce you to investors. We do work with many hundred investors who look at our deals and fund our deals. One useful tool could be the 1M self-assessment. It's a free tool on the website. These are the due diligence questions investors will ask you. You will need to answer those questions. If you get stuck, you can do the 1M curriculum, and that's one way to plug your knowledge gaps. There is a free bootstrapping course on the blog, which is less than 1 hour long. Our philosophy is bootstrap first, raise money later. I explain that in great detail in the bootstrapping course. There's also another form of learning that we have been working with Udemy on, and we have a very, very solid body of courses on Udemy that we have released, and that you can access for incredibly affordable price points. Not the entire 1M curriculum is not on Udemy, and it won't be on Udemy. But we have released enough on Udemy for you to get going. And if you want more of the core curriculum, you can come, some of the core curriculum, the bootstrapping, the financing stuff, some of it is on Udemy, but like the positioning, pricing, all of that, TAM analysis, these are not on Udemy, and we're not planning to release those to Udemy anytime soon. So for that, you're going to have to come to 1M, either basic or premium. 1M basic is $99 per month, and it's curriculum only. So it is a way for you to start learning for sure at a very low price point. Udemy also is very low price point. So go dig around on the website, look at what's premium, what's basic, what's on Udemy, etc., FAQs, video FAQs, and decide, what is the right model for you to learn. The curriculum is described in great detail on the website. This is a case study based program. We work with very, very successful entrepreneurs, bring their case studies and basically teach you on the basis of people's case studies. So all methodology elements that we have developed are derived out of case studies of other successful entrepreneurs. Investor introductions, please go over. If you're coming here for introductions to investors, please go study the investor introduction page and understand the policy. As I said, bootstrap first, raise money later. Don't go to investors as beggars, go as kings. The best place to be is when investors are chasing you, and for that you need validation. You need paying customers. That's it. We have Maureen, not May 25th, switched May 25th to May 18th, April 27th, May 11th, May 18th. I will be traveling May 25th. So we have one more in April and 2 more roundtables in May. That's it. I'm happy to take questions. If you have questions, you can use the public chat to ask questions, or you can dial into the line. You can unmute your computer audio and ask questions through that. If you have questions about the program after this session today, Irina Patterson is your contact. Anytime, just email Irina and she'll be happy to get on the phone with you and answer your questions. Okay, tell me what questions do people have? Anything? No?
Yes, ma'am. I don't have any question, but what I have already told you that I need some mentoring from you to get the business insight. We are technologically sound, but thing is that whenever business comes to play, we are lacking our confidence.
Look, Barnari, this is not an unusual situation. We work with technologists all the time without business background, and you can think of 1 million by 1 million as a mini entrepreneurship MBA. You can do the 1M curriculum, and if you want to work with me on a regular basis, join the premium program, and we can help you learn what you need to learn. That's why we do what we do.
Okay, ma'am.
Anybody else? Any other question before we adjourn? Okay, folks, I will see you next time. Good luck. I hope you make lots of progress every day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.